Hi, once again this is Ed from Exotic Blanks. Tonight's question is, how do I take apart a slimline because the transmission is no longer working? So what we're going to do is take this slimline apart. Now this is one from the days that I made pens for craft shows, so essentially it's over 10 years old that it's been assembled. So I guarantee you the parts are in there. So what we want to do first is take off the top and then remove the refill. And now we want to take a punch, which we generally tell you it's a good idea to have a set of punches. And this is one of the ones from Penn State. It has all the different sizes in it. Put that in there. Goes through where the refill was, and that was easier than I expected. Tap out the nib, and now you want to get out the transmission. It would be nice if that will come out the same way, but I'll be surprised if it does. This punch is just smaller than the 1/4 inch. I can't read it, but it's just under a 1/4 of an inch, whatever that one is. So let's again see if I get lucky. You can take off this, well, no you can't. I'm using the side of the hammer because it's much easier. You want to get a good grip on it, and it is moving. You can see the brass is starting to come out, so we are making some progress, but this is not a heavy hammer, and because I don't want to have to hold it and hit real hard on it. We're not far from the end. You can see how much is left there? Not much. I'm hitting it very lightly now because I don't want it to fly across the room when it comes out. That's a long transmission. The old ones must have been longer than the new ones are. It does look like it's... Oh, I see what's happening. It appears that I'm taking the brass tube out at the same time. As long as I know I'm taking the brass tube out at the same time, we'll give it a little bit more authority. No, actually, yeah, okay. A couple of good solid hits, and as you can see, the transmission did come out. We can take off that trimming now. And so did the brass tube. Now, if that was something that I was going to use again, I would not be reluctant to put that into my arbor press, which happens to be right here. Let's move around a little and I'll show you what I would do next. This was an unplanned addition, but let's see how it turns out. Now you know that this section doesn't have much support. That's only a little piece of plastic. So you don't want to press hard on that. So essentially we're going to try to ease that back down into just like that. And now we have it the way that it originally was. Now I could put a new transmission in there. I could put this back on and I would glue it in place now because that's been expanded. So clearly if you're going to use it again, you want to, if you want to use this again, you want to glue it in place because this brass tube is expanded. And you would then replace the transmission and you're back in business. I'd like to say that's all there is to it, but it isn't easy. However, if you're a little easy on it, don't hit it hard, you will end up with it coming out and you can replace it and your blank will still be usable. Hope that helps some of you. Have a good night. This is Ed from Exotic Blanks. Bye now.